because it was I think it was like in late May or something.
Okay.
That I had, or the middle of May. It was shortly after my birthday, and I'll never forget. I was at home watching Fire Stick, and my girl at the time, she was like laying on me sleep, and I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna send my notice. It was very random.
Okay.
Just pulled my phone out, drafted up the email, sent. She woke up. I said, yeah, I just put in my notice. She was like, what?
Okay. Welcome back. Come on in to the Let's Talk About It podcast, where we talk about everything from relationships to religion to, we might touch on politics, but especially business, touch on dating, economics, entrepreneurship, and everything in between. Before we go any further, make sure you take a second to go smash that subscribe button. It's not hard. It's not algebra. Just walk your little fingers over there and just click it. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for you to cash at me. Just hit the subscribe button for me. It'll be greatly appreciated. And hit the like button and engage. That helps the algorithms. All right, now we're going to get right to it. I'm likely coming up with a new segment called Wealth Wednesdays. So this is likely when you're going to be seeing this on a Wednesday. I wanted to start off with a young man here that's moving the culture forward. Everything that, it's not just the people on TV. It's just not just the people that have become famous on Instagram and things of that nature that are moving the culture. It's people right around us that may not be on a national level, but they're more than just local. And I wanted to start having conversations with people like that I'm inspired by and that I know are really doing what they say they're doing. So my first guest for this segment is the one and only Dj3two1, also known on Facebook as Trey Boogie. I won't give you government unless you choose to, but glad to have you here, man.
Likewise, brother. Good seeing you too, man.
Yes,
It's been
sir.
a minute.
It's been a minute, man. It's been a good minute. We chop it up on the book, but it's been probably a couple of years. I've seen you in the gym probably. That's the last time.
Yeah, that's last time, man. We had a good conversation about black economics too, man. So
we're going to get into all of that.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah.
I'm going to get the preliminaries out the way because everybody doesn't know you. So, I mean, but by the time this goes up, hopefully over time, everybody will know you. So I'm going to start out asking, let's take it back to your early years. Where did you grow up? What city? What state? And how was your upbringing?
I'm a military kid. So I was born in Cali. I was born in Long Beach.
Wow.
And then
I didn't know that.
It's funny because there's a lot of things I'm learning about my infant toddler days from my parents. I'm asking questions now. So okay. Born in Long Beach, California. My dad was in the Navy, and my mom was working for Apple. I think I want to say the early stages. Of Apple. So man. 6 months old, we moved to Great Lakes, Illinois, which is right outside Chicago. Stayed out there for about a couple years. Then came to Virginia. I want to say 86, 87. So I'm like 2-3 years old. Okay. And been in VA up until 94. Then moved to London.
What part of VA was you in?
We moved to Norfolk. Then we moved to Hampton.
So 7.5.
Yeah. Okay. So I was in the 7. When we first got here, I was in the 7.5. Okay. Then moved to London in 94.
London.
Yeah. Stayed there for about almost 4 years.
That's dope.
And then.
Yeah. London. What parts of London? And did you go to Paris?
Been to Paris. French people cannot drive.
Come on, man.
You think Virginia drivers are bad? Every car got a dent or some form of.
And they drive on the opposite side.
They drive on the opposite side. Yup.
That's crazy.
So lived over there. Been to France 4 times. Been to Germany, Luxembourg.
Interrupt me. I don't keep interrupting you. Is Germany? That's where the Autobahn is at?
think so.
Okay, I was going to ask you. Okay,
went there.
For those that don't know, the Autobahn is the highway where you can drive as fast as you want to. It ain't no speed limit.
No speed limits.
Look it up. You can drive as fast as you want to.
Yep.
All right, back to your story.
Yeah, so living in Europe was different, man. Like like you said, they drive on a different side of the road. The food's different, the culture and everything. So it was like a culture shock. Then been to where else have I been? What's the joint that all the weed people love going to?
Amsterdam.
Yeah, Amsterdam.
Oh,
yeah. Amsterdam was dope, man.
Okay.
Like it was definitely dope. I was too young to really get the full experience. But yeah, living in Europe was definitely top 5. Like best days of my life. So I came back to Virginia and pretty much been on the VA side ever since. Then I moved to Carolina in 2010. Been a North Carolinian for going on 11 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
been around the block.
Yeah. I had no idea. I mean, I know you've been moving around these parts, but I had no idea that you actually were born in Long Beach.
Yeah, man.
I had no idea, man.
Yep.
So, okay. When did you fall in love with hip hop?
Fell in love with hip hop. I was like maybe 8 or 9 years old. I was actually young. Crisscross had came out. You know, cause my parents, they like.
You making me feel old, man. Because I was about to ask you like what was one of the first rap videos, and when I tell you what mine is that I remember, it's gonna
actually. I was an LL Cool J fan, but I didn't really know who he was.
Okay.
Like, so it was like I'm Bad that came out and stuff like that. Mama Said Knock You Out was my favorite one.
Okay.
But I was really into Crisscross, man. Like wearing the clothes backwards and MC Hammer. I couldn't listen to music with cussing in it. You know, because my parents they regulated all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Crisscross, MC Hammer. That was like my intro. And then once I moved to London, I was around guys that listened to Wu-Tang and Nas. So
I heard the coaches, they keep it alive much more as far as like the essence of hip hop and groups such as that, Mobb Deep and all that. They keep it more alive over there than we do over here.
They appreciate it more.
Yeah, that's what I was.
It's definitely like different levels of appreciation. Like they can go over there, man, and then like
like groups like EPMD and all of them can still go over there and get a lot of money.
They try to go here, shoot, they might be at the Elks Lodge and nobody was.
People are trying to play them like they old.
Come to the Elks Lodge, you still ain't going to see them.
Crazy.
Right. So yeah, that was my like my early interest in hip hop.
Okay.
Then it just grew from there.
Okay. So at what point did you know you wanted to be a DJ?
Watching Rap City.
Okay. How so?
When Big Tigger took over the show, he started having different DJs on. At that time, I wanted to really be a producer. Like my thing, I wanted to make beats.
Make the beats, right.
But I couldn't count measures and certain.
You gotta know that stuff. Yeah, you gotta know. That's the basics of it.
Certain things you just not good at. You like, oh wait, you gotta know this. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe then I found DJing.
Okay.
So they was like the way they was manipulating the record, scratching, bringing it back. I was like, yo, that's dope. I can do that. So at the time I was playing ball in high school, so I wasn't working. My parents, I might sound a little, what's the word, spoiled, but hey, they gave me I had a credit card. I didn't know the limit or anything, so I was like, you know what? It was supposed to be for gas and food. That was it. Go ahead. So I go online. I order me a set of turntables, mixer. I order some records. So I was like, all right. So,
and you hadn't told them?
I ain't tell them. Nah, I ain't tell them. So I'm like, all right. So I got this and that. So it was easy to hide. I hit the box, threw it away, whatever. So I'm like, what am I do about the bill? So at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just take the L. Once the bill came, my mom was asking questions. They took the card. I got in trouble. But I was like,
But you got the equipment.
But I got the equipment.
That's what mattered.
Yeah, but it was the wrong type of equipment. So anybody out there that's wanted to start something, research the product first. So, because I got a certain turntable that wouldn't allow me to scratch. It kept jumping the needles and stuff. So if you watch House Party and Martin's like stop bumping the table.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was.
You just had a regular old school.
Yeah. It was a belt drive. So anytime you touch the record, needle was jumping all over the place.
Okay.
So yeah, anytime you start a business, take your time, research the product, and then go from there.
Okay, so how did you end up getting what you needed?
Christmas gift.
Okay.
My parents thought that I was serious. They, you tell your parents something, you're in high school, they just think it's a phase or whatever. But when they saw that I was really serious, they actually upgraded my set for me.
So how much time between when you bought the wrong set until they got to that point?
It was about a year.
Okay.
Because this year is my 20th year with that. I actually bought the equipment.
Wow.
Yeah, it was December 27, 2001.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So yeah, it was the following Christmas, and they actually upgraded my stuff for me. I was in college and everything, so yeah.
Okay, that's what I was getting to next. I see you chose Virginia State.
Had no choice.
That's a family thing? They was
my mom was talking to somebody that was already going there, and she was like, yeah, you're going to Virginia State. Now, I applied to Norfolk State, Old Dominion.
Spartan Legion.
Yeah. Little state. But it's all good, though. It's all love. HBC.
This podcast about to be over. I'm going to let them have it for now. It's about to be over. Go ahead.
But yeah, did the campus visit, and once we did the tour of the campus, I came back to the admissions office, and they pretty much accepted me, so.
Okay.
I came to Virginia State. That was definitely an experience. Never been on academic suspension ever in life. And they sent the notice 4 days before Christmas.
Ooh, you had a rough Christmas, did you?
I did, yo. My mom came. She was like, "What is? You got something from Virginia State?" I already knew what it was. I was like, "Oh man, yeah." So yeah, I was on academic suspension for the year. Wow. Never forget that date either. December 20th. December 21st. 2004.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was like your first year then.
Yeah, it was after my sophomore year. Well, yeah, technically I was a sophomore. So
okay.
Yeah, wow. In the middle of my second year. Yep.
So you chose mass communication. That's what you got.
Yeah, radio, man. I wanted to be like Big Tigger.
Okay.
He was a heavy influence once, like I said, Rap City, the way. The vibe and then the DJing, because he was DJing and hosting. Like sometimes he'll get behind the decks and do his thing, which he's doing now.
See, I didn't even know. Okay.
Yeah, he gets behind the decks, do his thing. So he was like my DJ influence. So I always listen to the radio. I love the DJs on the radio back then. They used to kill it with their skill.
I hate that they have removed the options for DJs to choose what they want to play. Right. It's all one big playlist that they just repeat all day. But I remember, and I'm gonna let you get back. Mm-hmm. Even when we were right down to 7.5, like in high school and stuff. Mm-hmm. 103 jams. Man, you might hear Wu-Tang, you might hear Mobb Deep, you might hear any of that good grimy hip hop stuff.
Yep.
Cause they had the option to play it. Now it's a bunch of all right, y'all got it. Go ahead.
It's all political. So yeah, and at that time, man, radio was like, it was fun, man. There was some restrictions, but not like you said, not like it is now. It wasn't as political. So yeah, that's what I got my degree in radio and TV.
Okay, that's unique because a lot of times, like the go-to, if it's not nursing, everybody go to business management.
Yeah.
That's like the cliche. If you can't figure out what to do, get business management. But there's other things that you can do, such as yourself. Okay, so I saw that the same year you graduated, you started with the radio, right?
6 months after graduation.
Okay.
Actually, before, like, I think about a year before I graduated, I met my guy CJ at a party. And for those that may not know who CJ is, he's the guy that runs 99.5. Like, he's a program director. He's on the air. Me and him, we still talk every day. That's my bro, for real.
Okay.
So, met him at a party, so we connected, kept in contact. And then once I graduated, it was about 6 months. I reached out to him because he was celebrating his anniversary of being the program director. So I just wished him happy anniversary.
Okay.
He hit back, yo, you still trying? You want a job? You want a job in radio along those lines? You try to be professional, but I would think in my mind, I was like, hell yeah, like, yo, set that up ASAP,
straight up.
Let's go. But then I was like, yeah, what's going on? So he brought me on to do weekends, and this was September of 2008.
Okay.
So this was right around the recession.
Wow. So you got a job right there because they hit about that time.
Yeah, so we in the middle of the whole crash, and at the time I was working at VSU radio station still. They had once I graduated, they moved me to full time. So they increased my pay from being a student worker to
actual worker.
Yeah, actual state worker.
Okay.
So I was doing that, and then I would go to North Carolina after my shift and work.
So you were doing both?
Doing both, yeah. Okay. I was spending like $600 a month in gas.
Okay, that's love though, man. That's the love for the craft, man.
Yeah, so
let me interject too, because prior to 99.5 coming, we didn't really have a radio station that all like okay, we had K97.5,
right,
103, maybe a couple up in Richmond, but you weren't guaranteed for them to come in clear every day.
It was static, hella static.
For the most part, you would, but certain times of the day or whatever the weekend, you might not get it clear. So 99.5 was the first time we had a radio station that wasn't just local, but that came on clear every day.
Right.
And we actually knew some of the people that were on the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big deal because, like I said, it's not just local, it was more regional. So your voice was being heard by a pretty large number of people at that time.
From Dinwiddie down to outside of Rocky Mount.
That's a big area.
Through Lawrenceville. We weren't coming into South Hill like that, but then I think as the years went on, like our reach started getting out there more and more. And we started getting people hitting us up from way out there. And we were like, oh wow, like, we really getting out there. So yeah, that time period it was 99.5 hadn't been on but for 3 years.
I know it was new.
Yeah, it was still new. They were still working out the kinks. Management didn't know what to do with it.
Right.
We went through a lot, man. They went through a lot to get me on. So yeah, it was but it was fun, man. Like I can't even really describe the experience, but it was just a lot of fun.
Okay, so you're working in your job that you wanted to be since you were younger. Like you said, you saw LL, you saw Crisscross.
Yep.
Tigger inspired you to get into DJing.
Yep.
You went to school to be on the radio to get into DJing as well.
Yep.
What made you leave?
Oh, man. That's a good question.
Yeah. How do you walk away from security, a job? I know I'm getting a paycheck every week. All else fail, I know whatever day I get paid, I got that. What made you say, I trust me enough to step away from this and go on my own?
Well, when you're in certain situations, you hit that ceiling. Mm-hmm. And as I mentioned, management didn't know what to do with the station. I had an incompetent boss, and I eloquently call him my punk ass boss. Every time
it be like that sometimes.
I mention him. Actually, I wrote an ebook on how I think. What is the name of it? I wrote it and don't even know the name.
Yeah, plug your book, man, because they can still purchase it, right?
How to Fire Your Boss. Yeah.
How to Fire Your Boss. How can they get it?
Just go to the link in my bio on Instagram, and it's all right. My merchandise.
Dj3two1.
Yeah, Dj3two1. Spell out the 2 on Instagram. So, but yeah, it's called How to Fire Your Boss and Live Life on Your Own Terms. And he didn't see any value in what I was bringing to the table. So it was one of those things. So I was full time, and then something happened. I made a mistake. I owned up to it, but he needed something.
Just wanted a reason.
He just needed something because he had been trying to cut me for like 6 years after he made me full time. It was like every year budget cuts came around in February. He was trying to find some reason to cut me. And I told my boy CJ, I said, yo, don't save me.
Don't even fight.
Yeah, don't even fight it. Just let it happen. So he ended up doing it, and I wasn't mad or anything, but I was mad at what he was gonna pay me. See, he flip-flopped me with another person. One person that he flip-flopped me with, he was part-time, so he moved into full-time. Then he paid
him. Made you part-time.
Made me part-time, but then he paid him $4,000 more than what he paid me on salary. And then I didn't get his part-time salary.
But he supposedly didn't have the money, but he gonna pay that man more.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
So he didn't pay me his part-time salary. He paid me $7.70. And the dude was making $10 an hour. So I knew from that point my exit strategy was already in place. So I hit the ceiling. He didn't see any value in me. So me and CJ had a conversation. This was in February of 2016. Mm-hmm. He said, he's like, yo man, just go move with your mom. She was living in Dumfries, Woodbridge at the time. Go live with your mom. Put your stuff in storage. Figure it out. I'm thinking, hell no, I ain't. I'm 30 years old, man. Nah, man, I'm a grown man, bro. Like, I ain't doing that. So, but what he did was he planted the seed. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know if anybody, I believe in manifestation.
Yeah, talk about it.
So, what he did was he planted the seed through me. So, another colleague in my circle was getting ready.
Just a little bit. Yeah, make sure you're in the camera.
Yeah. A colleague of mine was getting ready to move to Florida. So, he had a DJ situation and he needed somebody to take over his residency.
Okay.
So he ultimately picked me, and I was like, that's crazy. Like, he just out of the blue just hit me up like, yo, I'm about to move to Florida. I want to pass this position on to you. Wow. And hold it down till I get back. So I said, all right, bet. So the pay was, I was bringing in my paycheck in 2 nights. So a check that I would have to wait for every 2 weeks, I was doing
making it in 2 nights.
In 2 nights. Mm-hmm. So one time I was walking in my car to go to the bank, and I'm like, all right, I'm bringing this in after 2 nights. Oh, it's time for me to go.
Yeah. It's don't take a lot of adding up and subtracting to figure that out.
And I didn't talk myself out of it or anything. So I just knew I didn't turn in a 2-week notice. I gave him a month and a half. And that was because that was from my guy CJ, because he brought me on. I didn't want to leave him hanging, so I gave him more than enough time to go to management to find a replacement.
That's respectful.
And then I'll train them. You know what I'm saying? So
that's honorable, because
I mean,
under those circumstances, he kind of couldn't have been mad if he was like, look, man, I'm out.
Nah, he couldn't.
Yeah, I'm out.
He kind of he expected it. He knew it was coming, but he just didn't know when. I could have just been like F it and not just came back once I figured out how much money I was bringing in. But so I just aggressively saved my money. And at that time, man, I'm DJing 4 nights a week, so I'm bringing in like at least $800 to $1,000 a week. And so my expenses didn't even exceed $1,000.
So you were just banking? Yeah,
I banked everything. So I was banking 3 weeks worth of bread. I was banking $3K a month and just not touching it.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, I probably had almost a whole year of expenses saved up. I didn't realize until I was writing the book, talking about it, and then I was like, you know what? I did have quite a bit of money stashed away.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
So yeah, once I had that, I was building that, and the revenue was coming in. I was like, I went ahead and put in my notice. It was 1 sentence, a 1-sentence email. My last day will be June 30th, 2016. Period.
Straight up, just like that.
Left it like that.
No explanation.
Nope.
Because they're not gonna give you a note. You were very noble. Because if he wanted to fire you, he would have fired you that day.
Yeah.
You'd have been gone.
Yeah.
So that 1 sentence, that was more than enough.
There was really nothing else to, there was really nothing else to say. I'll never forget the day that I did it. It's probably going to come up in my memory shortly, because it was, I think it was like in late May or something.
Okay.
That I had, or the middle of May. It was shortly after my birthday. And I'll never forget, I was at home watching Fire Stick, and my girl at the time, she was like laying on me sleep. And I just was like, you know what, I'm going to send my notice. It was very random.
Okay.
Pulled my phone out, drafted up the email, sent. She woke up, I said, yeah, I just put in my notice. She was like, what?
Okay. So, because everybody doesn't have that. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of people that wake up every day and hate their jobs.
Yeah.
Getting paid way less than they deserve. What turned over in you, what clicked in you to say, that turned on to say, regardless, I'm walking away and I figure it out?
It was just that.
Okay.
I've been wanting to do it for so long. And, at some point you just, like we discussed with your podcast, it's just like, I'm going to just do it. I'm going to just go ahead and
just do it.
Yeah, I'm going to just, like my boy said, figure it out.
Okay, so you leave the radio station.
Yep.
And you began moving your brand.
Yep.
Dj3two1. You still have your app and things of that nature?
Nah, the app came later.
Okay.
I was also on the radio in Rocky Mount. Now, I had a crazy...
You did go down there. Okay, talk about that.
Crazy situation set up there. They weren't paying me at first. I was actually mixing on the weekends, just to get my foot in the door. Because in the middle of me, I think the last 3 years of me being on 99.5, I ventured off to syndicating myself.
Okay.
So, for those that may not know, syndication is when you're on multiple radio stations.
You say you syndicated yourself?
Yeah, I syndicated myself.
How do you do that?
I just reached out to I researched, I looked at different stations, seeing what they needed.
Okay.
And so, I just, pitched the idea to them, and Rocky Mount was one of the first stations. So, it was our sister station in another area.
Okay.
So, I reached out. They had a DJ slot open on the weekends to mix. So, I started doing that. So then they made some changes.
Okay.
And so my guy D-Train, for y'all probably
y'all in the area know D-Train.
Yeah, so D-Train moved up, and he was programming the station. The program director pretty much controls the music, who comes on the air. So when they moved him up, the night slot came open.
Okay.
So it was from 7 p to midnight. So I would be doing 2 to 6 on 99.5, and then 7 p to midnight on Rocky Mount. Now I used to actually go down there. So when he told me,
how you making it ride that quick?
Yeah. Oh man, I can't give all the radio.
Yeah. I hear you say I'm trying to add that. I was like, so many. Okay.
Well, I was living in Weldon, so it was only like a 35 minute drive. So I was right there. But I can't give all the secrets.
No, don't. Yeah, you got to leak it right now.
Can't do that.
You might put it in a book or something.
So, but he originally told me, he's like, it's not paid. So I said, I still take it. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
So in the midst of doing that, so I would go down there. I started off going down there, and then I said, well, can I just do the show from Roanoke Rapids? He was like, we'll do that, and then like just come down periodically. All right, cool. So then reading Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Mm-hmm. And for anybody to know, we're gonna get to it.
Yep.
Anybody that's starting any type of entrepreneurial thing, that's like one of the Bibles of.
Yeah.
Because one thing about entrepreneurship, it starts up here. Mm-hmm. You have to feed your mind the right information and the right perspectives. That's one of the first books that I believe my father gave me as far as business goes. Rich Dad Poor Dad. And this was back when it like first came out.
So this is in the 90s.
You know what I'm saying? So for those who don't know, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Go back. So reading that came up with the idea, and I proposed to them. I said, so I hit D-Train up. I said, yo, I got an idea. I'll sell a certain number of advertisements, and I keep 100% of the profit. And I put I think I was like, what was it? It was 2 minutes an hour. So 2 minutes, whatever I could sell, whatever in that 2 minutes, I keep 100% of the profit. So it equated to 10 hours a night.
Okay.
So, and I was on Monday through Friday, so 2 minutes each hour. I was on 5 hours.
Right.
So
5 to 10 hours.
So it was 10 minutes.
And whatever was made in them each hour.
Yeah.
It was all you.
That was me. Anything outside of it goes to the station. So he said, all right. So he took it to the GM and Steve. Shout out to Steve, man. I'm probably gonna see it when I go to Vegas.
Okay.
He approved it because he was, it was a win-win.
He can't. It's nothing to lose on that.
You don't have to pay me. You don't have to give me benefits or anything. You're saving money, and then I'm also making money.
So you created your own income at a job with no income.
Yep. I took
it takes something different to do that, y'all.
Took a free opportunity that most people would bypass, and Charlamagne the Guy talked about it in his book Black Privilege. He took a free opportunity.
That's a good book too. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, definitely check that out. So most people would bypass a free opportunity. If somebody accepted them with an opportunity, and they say, but it's not paid, they would look over it.
Yeah.
Because
they don't see the value.
Exactly. So I proposed the idea. It got approved, and I was doing between an extra $1,500 to $2,000 a month off of that, on top of what I was already doing.
But mind you, the job pays zero.
It was zero.
But because it's in a field that he loved and something that him saw. See, here's the thing: you have to stop being scared to propose certain things, and money is printed every day.
Yep.
Money is really just an idea. It's all about what people will say yes to at the end of the day. Structure a deal. He structured something. They could have said no, but what if they say yes? They said yes, and look at how much money he's just said he was pulling.
That was extra. That was side. That's like side hustle money. So that was extra income. So everything. That's how I was able to take a lot of the trips that I went on.
Cause you was moving around a lot.
Yeah, I was, man. I went to Miami. I got married. Yeah, bro. That's where I got the travel bug. It bit me. So. Man, I was moving around a whole lot, but a lot of that stuff, man, it was finance. I would have guys call me that need advertising. Mm-hmm. Bro, I remember one time, one phone call gave me $800 in 10 minutes. I ain't never made almost $1,000 from a 10-minute phone call.
That's good stuff right there.
And then it also helped me with my sales pitch. I was getting rejected, so now rejection, man, that shit just rolled off my shoulder.
Yeah.
Like I lost
thick skin now.
Yeah, I lost a client yesterday. He sent me a termination notice. I was like, oh, all right, cool. One less thing I gotta do. I ain't really worried about it.
Big, but, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you've done it enough, and you trust your abilities enough that okay, this one gonna pass. But it's a numbers game too.
It is. It is.
Somebody's gonna like this when I'm proposing. So okay, you stepped off. It's coming back.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
It's coming back.
It was always a revolving door, and I like that it was not. There was no there was no monotony. Like every month, it was always something different. So I had to stay on my toes. Part of me didn't like it, but then the other part of me was like, hey, this is growing pains.
And that's a part of every entrepreneurship itself. And I tell anybody, it's one of the most emotional things you can do, especially starting out. Because, okay, you start something out, you have a good idea, and a lot of people, they rush to support it. Then you're going to hit that dry spot.
Yep.
And that first dry spot is where a lot of people quit because you think, you start blaming the people and start doubting yourself and different things of that nature, not realizing just like seasons change in the world and in the weather, it changes in business too.
Yep.
And you're going to have times where it's going to be way up, but then you have times when it's coming down and you like, I don't know, this plane about to crash?
Yep. I'll tell you something. Let me see. I left 99.5 in June. September, I lost the club residency. So you talking about something that allowed me to stack, set aside I think I had $9,500 stashed away. It was because I remember I told my mom, I said I'm almost at $10,000. I'm almost there. And so I lost the residency after Labor Day because the hurricane came and everything that year. So they pretty much was moving on. No, they moved on from me anyway. Then the hurricane came. And they ended up closing up shop anyway.
You couldn't even go back anyway.
Yeah, I couldn't go back anyway. So so then I ain't even really stressed it because I kind of knew it was coming. But again, I had my stash and then I had other stuff coming in too. So I still had the radio, and so that kept me afloat. So emergency funds definitely come in handy. Don't blow it on dumb things. The purpose of it is to pay your expenses, and so I was able to just relax for the last 4 months of 2016. Like I didn't really do anything because. And at that time, I was moving, man. I was working nonstop up until that point. So I was just, I'm gonna take Q4 off, and then I'm gonna come back top of the year and do something. And in that time period, that's when I created Yo Karaoke.
And I was going to transition to that.
That's how I came about. I was reading a book called Blue Ocean Strategy, and it talks about
Say it again.
Blue Ocean Strategy.
Blue Ocean Strategy. Okay.
It's how to make the competition irrelevant, and that book details how.
I'll look that up myself. Okay.
It's a read, but you might have to read it a couple times.
Okay.
But it definitely has some gems in there.
If it was anything like The Richest Man in Babylon.
Nah. It's actually more detailed.
It's more okay.
Yeah. Way more detailed. I had to read it twice. The first time I read it, I didn't really grasp it, but the second time, because I was at a different level mentally, it definitely opened my eyes. Okay. And so I didn't even get through the first chapter, bro. I think I got to like the 5th page, and because I was wondering. I'm helping out my guys, DJ Trending Topics, shout out to him, and my guy D2N. I'm helping these guys get their brands established because they're getting heavy into the DJ game. So I'm giving them the gems. I'm telling them what equipment to get. Okay. I don't mind giving that type of information because hoarding it because I'm afraid they're gonna take my spot. I don't care about that.
Because can't nobody do you but you.
Exactly.
And that's what people gotta realize. Stop worrying about. Now it may, like you were saying earlier, you can't share all the little. We were talking about some a little while ago.
Yeah, radio. Yeah.
So some things you might have to hold back for certain reasons, but if you're already establishing yourself in your particular area, you go further by sharing it.
Yep, you do.
And I'm gonna let you get back to your story.
If I didn't share it, I wouldn't have came up with Yo Karaoke.
Okay, keep going.
So reading the book. Before I read it, I'm asking, okay, so these guys, they're starting to move, man. They getting booked. And I'm like, yo, we in a small area. There's only but so many DJ gigs to go around. So I'm like, all right, so what am I going to do? Because they're in their lane, I need to carve out a whole nother lane. And karaoke came right to me. Wow. It was so crazy. So I put the book down. I said, yo, that's it. Karaoke.
And it's dope because it's nostalgic, of course, for people my age.
Yep.
If you recognize, I don't have to tell you what it resembles. I'm not saying it didn't come from that, but what it resembles.
Yep.
That's classic coming up, and I'm not even gonna tell you what it is because you should know if you're around my age.
Yeah, if you late 70s,
early 80s
baby like us, you know what it is.
So that actually makes it relatable out the gate.
Yep.
Keep going. How did you start it up or whatever?
Oh man, first I was trying to come up with a name, so of course I went through all the trial names. First it was like, all right, what about lit karaoke? Lit karaoke, it was about to be lit karaoke, but then I was like, I don't know, what if we stop saying lit?
Yeah, that's a trendy type of thing. Yeah.
So I was like, all right, what if lit gets old? Because once white people start saying lit, we don't really fool with it no more. So
yeah, once they touch it, we move. We get to something else. Yeah.
We transition on to other things. We come up with something else.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, I said, well, we've been saying yo since like, man, the beginning.
People start raps with yo and all kind of stuff.
Hey, yo.
Holler at a woman used to be yo. Your boy, yo.
It's not going away. So I wrote on the paper, I wrote yo, and then I did karaoke. Then I was like, oh, then I put the exclamation point. So then I showed it to my girl at the time. She was like, yeah, that's cool. Then I text, my old intern. I'm texting people. Like, yeah, that sounds cool. Then I came up with the vision of the logo and everything. So then I was like, all right. So then I had to get, I already had the DJ set up.
Okay.
And what I wanted, I didn't want it to be a typical, you come up, sing, go sit down. I wanted to be a party.
Okay.
So,
I haven't had the opportunity to get there yet, but once things get back right, I definitely want to check it out.
It's definitely, I wanted to make it a different experience. And so I wanted to do it concert style. So then I came across trap karaoke. I was like, oh shit, well.
They kind of already got your songs.
Yeah, they kind of got it, but I'm okay. It's more than one can coexist.
Yeah.
They go nationwide. So I was like, you know what? They have different things that make them them. I can still do it concert style, but also still do it my way.
Yeah.
And so, so then I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get this, the screen, and I'm gonna get another laptop to have to host the karaoke songs on there and stuff. Get the wireless mic. So boom, I'm getting all this up. And I said 2017. I'm gonna roll out. It's gonna be dope.
Okay.
So February comes around, 2017. Throw the first Yo karaoke event. 5 people come out.
5 people.
5 people. And my girl forgot to even come, bro. I was so mad. I was mad, and she apologized and everything. I'm like, how you not come? But it's cool. So 5 people came out. Then I did another one. 10 people came out. Then I did a third Yo karaoke, and I think 2 people might have showed up.
So it went back down.
Yeah, it went back down. So I was like,
So just what you think is deflate you. Okay.
Yeah. So and after that, I think that was March. So from March for pretty much the rest of the year, I didn't do another Yo karaoke event because I was losing money.
So what made you when it went back down?
Right.
And you just said you would stop. What made you start back?
I was talking to my guy DJ Foot, who's on 106.5 The Beat.
Okay.
And I pretty much got in karaoke because I seen him doing it. So I went to him. Me and CJ, we would always go to Richmond, and we would go to 106.5, holler at him and Sir RJ. So on one of our trips, I told him what I was going through. He was like, "Man, you doing it all wrong." He's like, you ain't doing it right.
Okay.
So and Foot is a straight shooter, man. He'll tell you, like, he'll fuss you out, but he'll drop gems in the process.
So. You're dumb. He gonna tell you that you think you're dumb. Okay.
Yeah, he was like, bro, that's why. Like, you know better. So he said, yo, go to restaurants and bars. Go in there with a proposal.
Almost like, duh.
Because I was going to an event center and I was charging people to come in. So I was treating it like a real party event. So I said, okay. So I went back home and I went to Applebee's in Roanoke Rapids.
Okay.
And I sat down with the manager. I'm very cool with even to this day because I used to DJ in there before I started doing karaoke. So they would bring me in and do like once a month.
So you're already familiar with them.
Yeah. So and I remember seeing him at the bank. He was like, "Yo, we looking for karaoke DJs." Mind you, this is years ago.
Wow.
He was like, "Yo, we looking for karaoke DJs. Like come in every week and Applebee's will pay." So I'm like, "Well, I wonder if they offer not every week, but I wonder if they still looking." So I went and talked to him. He said, "Yeah, we with it." And at the same time, my boy Twin went in there to see about DJing. And he was like, we went with you because you doing karaoke. That's what we were pretty much looking for. So creating my own lane also gave me the upper hand against
Because if it was just DJ against DJ, he might have.
He definitely would have took it. So I came in there with something else, and then I came in there with a proposal. So and it wasn't no extravagant proposal. I just wrote down what I'll do, the name of the event, time, my fee, what I'm bringing. That was it. And it had my logo in black and white. It wasn't even color. So yeah,
that's the second or third example of you taking a situation that really seemingly had no value to it and creating value. You created the value and took it to them.
Yep. They
saw the value in the value you created, and it worked out for you.
Yeah. And if COVID hadn't hit, man, this year would have been what is this year? It would be 21. This would have been year number 4. So this would have been my longest partnership in my DJ career. Yeah.
And I see the numbers from just seeing it on Facebook and stuff. Like the numbers have grown. It's more than 2 people there now.
Yeah. Oh, way more.
Yeah, way more than 2.
The first one at Applebee's, it wasn't a whole lot, but it was still a few people there. They did pretty good food sales wise. The second month it grew a little bit. So let's see, it was January, February. So then going into March, it started picking up steam.
Okay.
Like March, it was real good, but freaking April of 2018.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, yo, I went viral.
Come on, man,
bro.
What happened? What did you do anything different or what happened?
Nah, it was just like I just seen so much hype on my timeline about it. People was talking like, yo, they was tagging me, yo, you at Applebee's tonight? Yeah, come through, Bro, the whole bar was packed. The seats around the bar, like it was just people everywhere. Dope, so then the manager he left, and that's when things went left. And when
it turned into a real club.
It turned into a real club. They was wilding the F out. It was a girl twerking on the bar. I played Kirk Franklin.
I just said you because if you want to. You said I played Kirk Franklin. Go ahead.
But it was getting wild.
You tried to calm him down.
I was trying to, bro. I was trying. Like
it was the reason why I see it.
It's a picture I always post. This guy D. Shout out to D, man. I had to stop posting it because it would just get crazy likes and reactions. So if you zoom in on the picture, and I'll show it to you. Zoom in on the picture, you'll see one of the servers actually standing on. She has one foot on the table, one foot on the chair. Her arm is up like she's like mid twerk.
Is she on the clock?
She's on the clock. I was like, yo, it was crazy. And then so I threw Kirk Franklin on because it was getting wild. Homegirl started twerking at the bar. To Kirk Franklin.
She said Kirk can get it too.
Hey, left cheek, right cheek all day with Kirk Franklin. I'm like, oh my gosh. Then what really set it off was a lady gave her, it was either her son or her nephew, gave her some money. This kid went and threw the money on the girl that was twerking. So, mind you, the kid is like 10 or 11. He walk up, I just see dollars flying. I'm like, what is going on over here? Like, what are y'all doing?
So mama go throw this on the pretty young lady. Go throw this on her. But you don't get that if you gave up.
Nah.
You don't get that if you gave up after the 2.
Nah, so
that's crazy.
So I'm like, yo, it was no fights.
That's good.
Everybody went home safe and sound. Nothing popped off. Something in around this area. That is a great night. So
at that moment, it almost your brand became bigger than you.
It did. It really did. That night, Yo Karaoke was definitely stamped. I never forget. I woke up the next night and shout out to my guy Trey. He tagged me. He was like, "Bro, you went viral."
That's dope.
I'm like, what? I'm just waking up. I'm just checking. I checking my feed. I ain't really see anything. Facebook algorithm crazy. So after I work out, do my morning routine, I get back on Facebook. I'm getting ready to post content from last night. I see all the lives. I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing stats. I'm seeing videos. I'm like, oh shit! Like, it was like that. When you see it, and then it's kind of like your viewpoint is different. But when you actually see it from like on social media, it was like, oh, they was doing that over there. Oh wow.
Yeah, because you can't see everything.
I can't see everything. Because I'm on the lower level by the bar, so I can't see what's going on.
Right.
Man, it was a fun night. So I go see the manager the next day. His eyes get big when he see me. He's like, yo, what happened? What in the world? I was like, look, man, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Bro, they threatened to shut it down, man.
Come on, man.
Bro, yeah, when the kid threw the money up, that was it. They threatened to shut it down, bro. The police came, the fire marshal came, and it was like, yo, either you calm this down or you ain't gonna do no more karaoke. And then after that, it was like, we had to, like, people would come in, they expecting a repeat. I'm like, nah, we gotta
they should have known, like, in the Applebee's, this is a once in a lifetime thing. Yeah. This is never going to happen again.
Nah, so ever since then, it's just been, it kind of died off a little bit, but then it picked back up. Like, it was teachers in there, and they students was like, yeah, we seen you at Applebee's. So a lot of people, they stopped because they did. One person was like, her boss seen it when she came into work the next day. So a lot of people they calmed down a little bit, but yeah.
It's dope when it take over and it becomes bigger. Start spreading like wildfire.
Yeah. So
bigger than what you might even imagine. You know what I'm saying?
So then
I can't say that because I don't know how big your imagination is. Go ahead.
But it went from Apple. Once I locked in Applebee's, shortly after another venue that came about that was black owned called The Plump, and then my guy he does security, Bernard. He reached out to me. He was like, yo, I got these guys, man. I got these people. They about to open up a restaurant. They need a karaoke DJ.
Okay.
It was something along those. No, I think somebody told me about the spot, and I thought it was I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was white people that owned it. It was called The Plump. It sounded like somebody, you know what I'm saying? So I was kind of prejudging.
Right.
They were like, nah, it's black owned. I said, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna slide up in there.
Right.
So I walked up in there, and my dude Bernard was in there. He was like, yo, I was just telling them about you. I told him you do karaoke at Applebee's and da. So we sat down and I locked them in. So I locked in two clients.
Wow.
Shortly after just making that small change of going after restaurant and bars and coming in with a proposal.
That's creating another lane.
Yeah, a whole another lane. That turned into like, man, you remember the show Cheers?
Yeah.
Everybody knows your name. It felt like that. When you come in there on a Friday night for your karaoke, it was a backyard barbecue by
family environment.
People that worked at the jail in Lawrenceville, they would come every other Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So weekend off.
Yeah. So they would come through, man. We call them the prison crew. They would come through, get drinks, man, and the thing about it was the food sales was always greater on the nights that I was there. Like I was in the positive. So when you making other people money, that's how you make money too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Along with that, okay. You just gave a lot of good examples of, black economic empowerment.
Yep.
Something that we lack. We try to vote our way through it. We try to riot our way through it. But one of the true ways for us to get any foothold is economic empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
Some people fuss. Some people actually get offended, even on some of my posts before, when I post about becoming business owners and this and that. People actually get in their feelings. Well, everybody don't want to be a business owner. Everybody don't. Okay, fine, but understand what we're trying to say. If this is a part of the solution, you should own something, because there's value in that if you own something. If you're leaving your life up to, you could work on a job for 30 years and get fired and get nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Why set yourself up that way? Build something. That's the only way you can pass something on. Yeah, you get life insurance and this and that, but build something that you can pass down for generations. So, what are your thoughts on that? What we need to do and how we can accomplish some of
that? First, we need to educate ourselves on economics. Period. Economic and the political realm, local and federal, because a lot of times, man, we just be loud and wrong on, especially political issues.
Yep.
So, and politics is so freaking broad, But as far as like on the economic standpoint, you can have a 9-to-5 and a side business.
Yep.
The side business is, people aren't staying on their job long. Budget cuts happen.
Yep.
And they don't really have to, they just use budget cuts as, that's their reason.
It's an excuse, yeah.
Yeah, it's an excuse,
Put more money in their pockets.
Job security was gone a long time ago. It was a myth that we brought into. If 2 words, budget cuts or you're fired, is the reason you lose a job, there's no security in that.
There's no security.
It's none. So first we have to just educate ourselves on economics. Our ancestors were they had the enterprising spirit. They owned things because Madam C.J. Walker, she was a washer.
Yeah.
You know, she would have never became a self-made millionaire had she not invested in learning about hair care.
But she actually learned about that by working up under another black woman.
She worked up under.
I can't think of a name right now.
I think it's Ann. I just read about her too.
Okay.
It's so crazy. Just read about her. But yeah, she learned up under somebody else. They showed her the game. So she was like an intern, so to speak. So, you know, learn a skill. You know, you don't have to go to college. I'm anti-college now. Like,
me too.
So unless you're going to be an accountant, engineer, doctor, lawyer, whatever,
because that's not where the money resides. Right. Keep going.
So learn a skill, get a certification. You know.
I was going to say, yeah, it's certain jobs that, yeah, it is beneficial for. And some people get certain things, like they say the networking and things of that nature as far as going to college. I get that. So I'm not knocking it completely. But as far as how to make money, it's not necessary.
It's definitely not necessary. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to go to college to network. Yeah, it puts you in a space where...
Because I didn't finish it now. I'm sitting here with 3-2-1.
And I'm a former college dropout. So, like... I mean, I went back to finish just because I wanted to be the first one in my family to do it. But man, my degree boxed up somewhere. My mom ain't hung it up. I'm like, yo, I went through a lot. Like, I'm gonna need to put this on the wall or something. Or get it back to me. It's something. But yeah, you don't have to go in debt to, you know, to live a good life or to have a good job. There are plenty of good jobs that start out paying well without a degree. So, but yeah, we also have to create financial literacy. So we have to learn about economics, then we have to learn about, money and how it works. Like you said, money is printed every day. We've been in a pandemic for the last year, and money's still being printed. You know, they saying where the money resides, well, that's where, you know, every time a recession hit, we always try to hoard our money. That's not, that's when you go harder.
That's when you invest. You put your money, you got to learn where to put, like you say, but that comes to education.
Yep.
You got to learn. And it's not fun. That's why I guess some people don't do it. Taking time to study and watch different videos and read certain things to educate yourself, it's not lit. It's not fun.
It's not.
But if you want to live that type of life and be able to move around some like you want to, you have to take that time to start learning some of this stuff.
Yeah, and people try to buy into the 1% lifestyle. Let me be very clear. You cannot afford that. That is what's keeping you in the hole. That is what's keeping you paycheck to paycheck. Over half of Americans are paycheck to paycheck. And people can't even afford a $400 car repair. You know, they don't even have $1,000 saved up. So you have to create financial literacy. And if you're getting offended, if I'm stepping on your toes, I'm glad.
You be all right, yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
because
glad you apologize.
Sometimes I'm not going to apologize for it, bro, because that's right. I had to do this, go through the same thing. I had 2 negative bank accounts at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you. I went through it. I was paycheck to paycheck. I made $7.70 an hour. Now I'm over $100 an hour. You know, I've been through it. I'm not just talking, you know, from a place I don't know. No, I've been there. I got disconnection notices from Dominion. Yeah. I got it, man.
He has what David Shands calls social proof. Yeah. He's built something and it's proven that it works. So you can no longer say you don't know anybody or haven't heard from. You don't have to wait till a big superstar. He's a superstar. I'm not taking away from that, but what I'm saying as far as the TV and the media goes, right, to tell you what's popping or what makes sense or this can be done, that can be done. Someone that you can possibly see in person, put your hands on, is telling you there's a way out, but you have to think outside of the box and the program you've been given. Mm-hmm. At least 2 or 3 examples he gave of areas where there was no opportunity. There was no money involved. And he created at least $1,000, $2,000 income from zero. But it comes down to your education and things of that nature. Keep going, man.
Yeah, and it's all about adding value. If you want to make more money, add more value. It's literally that simple. And that's all I've learned, and that's how I built my businesses. Okay. It was all about adding value. And how much value you add to the marketplace determines your salary. So if you want to make more money, you want to increase your salary. If you work a 9 to 5, or if you're an entrepreneur, figure out something that's going to solve a problem. That's how you become valuable. If you're on the job, solve a problem at your job. There's problems everywhere. It needs to be solved. So,
and that's all a business owner, a boss is. It's a problem solver. Yeah. People want the glamour and the glitz. Okay, what I do? I solve. You smell good. My products for your skin and stuff. It helps with skin and things like that. It solves a problem. But even beyond that, but this is why I say start a business or start something, because you're already solving some type of problem. Mm-hmm. Find a way to monetize that so you can own a piece of that.
Yep.
Whether I was speaking to somebody, a loved one, and I was saying, write that ebook about marriage because people are already listening to you. Mm-hmm. Why not monetize it? It ain't got to be a lot of money, but if you can make this product one time, you can sell it 1,000,000 times.
1,000,000 times, no cap. That's why
digital products.
Yeah, that's why I jumped in. I remember I put the podcast cover up.
Yeah, I bought the book.
I wrote a book on podcasting because
I still didn't start right away. But I bought the book.
But just to give you an idea and overview of everything that you need, I just wanted to create something that people can always revert back to. And so I talk about how to monetize a podcast. I wrote my first ebook, How to Fire Your Boss. I detailed my entire process. I think it was about a month out, and then I detailed everything after I left. So I detailed that whole thing, and I even outlined each chapter. I left a tip at the end of each chapter on what to do. So,
and it lives online forever as long as the internet is around. Mm-hmm. Okay, you might go for, like I said, I don't know how it's set or whatever, but say you might go for a year or two or whatever, and nothing happen. And then it could be something as simple as being at your karaoke, and somebody just finding out you got a book out, and they start just passing the word. Anyway, what I'm saying is, once you make it that one time, it's always available. Whether a person buys it now or whether they buy it 10 years from now, it's still there, and you can pass that on.
Yep.
You see how it's not even that expensive to do things of that nature.
Cost me nothing. Cost me nothing but time, and it didn't even take me. I wrote it in 4 days.
All profit once you start. Whether you sell 1 or 1,000,000, you made it for free.
Yeah.
You own it though.
It was all profit. I'm folding clothes. I'm getting PayPal notifications. You know what I'm saying?
You know how good it feels to make money while you sleep?
Yeah.
It's really a beautiful thing, but people, it's not easy to get to that point, but it's worth it to get to that point.
It is.
Because, I'm still in trucking, and I thankfully I just transitioned to a better position where I have the powers of an owner without having to own the truck. So I'm in a really sweet position.
Right.
What was I saying prior to that? Because I lost my thought.
Yeah.
But
you talking about internet money?
Yeah, but I might switch my thought because I forgot that quick. But at the same time, I'm working on things online, putting digital content out, and I'm not even so much worried about the effect or how many numbers it does right now. I know it'll live forever, and I know I intend to put out good quality content. So whether you get it now or get it later, you're gonna get it. I don't want to put out content that's just for the moment.
Right.
The words you've spoken and the examples you've given, somebody can always revert back to that.
Yep. And I want to, knock the myth of you have to have huge numbers to be able to monetize. You have to have 10,000 Instagram followers or, 20,000 downloads. I have 3,000 on my Instagram. That's not even really engaging like that, but I'm still able to monetize through merch. Yo karaoke, I don't do 200 people. If 50 people come, it's a great night. 25 people come, it's a great night. Because these, especially at the Plump, if 30 people came to the Plump, that's packed.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's an intimate situation where everybody is friendly. They're drinking, they're laughing, they're having jokes. So
and they look forward to that.
They look forward, exactly. So sometimes less is more. I don't
just telling somebody that
less is definitely more. I don't make 6 figures. I don't honestly have to make 6 figures. But if I do, cool. I'll probably hit 6 figures. Probably I want to say next year projection wise. But as right now, like I'm 30, 40. 30, 40K annually. I'm being real open. I'm gonna be real open and honest with everybody. you know, it's average income.
It's average income.
You know, it's very average income. I live the life that I want to live.
But I was going to say, that's the average income from somebody punching the clock.
Yep.
You're making that, and you can pretty much, depending on how you structure your day, you can wake up when you want to.
Yep.
So that 30-40 has a lot more value.
Mm-hmm.
Not taking away from nobody that punches the clock. And that brings me back. Like I said, I'm still in trucking for right now.
Right.
But I have a lot more control than the average person.
Right.
So you still punching that clock. So half of the day, you're not able to do what you want to do with that 30-40.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a position you can, and you can add on to that 30-40 at any time you choose, because you don't have anybody telling you got to be here from 9 to 6.
Right.
Oh, I need you to work over such and such call now.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't miss those days. So yeah, I mean, and like you said, it's you know, you got people that work 8-9 hours that's pulling the average salary. I might work 4 hours a week.
That's
you know, and then I you know, if I want to take a mental health day, okay, I'll take.
That's sweet.
I'll just chill out. But my other business,
yeah.
TP Group is a social media management agency that I created.
Okay.
Once I got out of radio in 2019, I had to figure out, okay, how am I going to replace this income? Like, what am I going to do? Mm-hmm. And I had a couple of clients that advertised with me. They needed somebody help with social media.
Okay.
And so that's how it came about. I was in my apartment on a Friday night. I ain't had anything going on. So once I get an idea going, I pace around the apartment. Mm-hmm. I have what they call a staff meeting with myself.
I do the same.
People
think it's great. I learned, and listen, and I'm gonna let you get back. I learned that from reading Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill, he said that he had, I forgot the exact word he used, but he said, find, and you might be speaking about something a little different, but I'm still on the same page with you. He said, think about the different people that inspire you, and that you pull from. So he didn't say this, but whether it's Oprah, whether it's Jay-Z, whether it's this person, that person, and kind of have a mental meeting with what you've seen based on what they've done, and have a meeting with them, and draw inspiration from that, and go from there.
Yeah,
good.
So I'm having a staff meeting with myself. I'm working on my pitch, and so I'm like, yeah, you know what? There's some people that probably need help with updating their social media. Once again, solving a problem. So first person I call is Earl, who owns Club Paradise in Jared.
Okay.
What was the last name? It was Paradise Trump.
Tenacious.
Yeah.
Y'all know if you're around this way, you know.
So I call Earl and I pitched the idea to him. You know, they like, yeah, man. Hey, look, we just be doing whatever. We need somebody to handle that. So boom, I had a client in 2 days. I came with the idea Friday. I called them that Monday. And they Cashapp me that Tuesday.
Another situation of you creating value.
Cost me nothing. Started with $0. So then I was like, okay, maybe I think I'm on to something here. So as time progressed, I get a couple more clients. Nothing's consistent. It's kind of hard getting payments consistently. I think the only one that was consistent was my mom. She came on early. So,
got a little mom.
Yeah. Mom was an early supporter. So then I live in Durham now, so I got linked up with a wedding photographer through a colleague.
Okay.
And so I told her about I said, yeah, I manage social media accounts. Her eyes was like, I need you.
Wow.
She's like, I need you. Had a meeting, and so she has a branding membership group, and so it's like other small business owners. So she started telling them about me. And they're like, oh my gosh, I need him. Like, it was just like, so many people just like, yo, I need your services.
Okay.
So, this year is year number 2, and I'm currently at 15 clients that have me.
And like you said, it cost them $0 other than the time to think about it and be inspired. In fact, like you say, you found a need. Yeah. And like you said, it started from somebody just asking you a question.
Yeah. And I didn't have the confidence in myself. Like you said with your podcast, you was talking yourself out of it. I was like, I don't know. But then I didn't think, well, they need somebody to update it. Because if you got a business, you really don't have time to, man, I got to put this up. I got to go on Instagram.
I got to do a TikTok. I got to do Instagram. Make sure I share it to Facebook at the same time.
Yep.
Man, it gets to be a lot.
So once I got in and, got really working it and building it and, my clients really started seeing the benefits. I have a lawyer that came on last month and we did a Zoom I think it was like 2 weeks after I started.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Let me just say, you have given me so much time to come up with these ideas that we are about to talk about." And I said, "That is the purpose."
That's dope.
So another thing I want you all to know is when you're starting a business, money is good, money is great, but have your purpose be something bigger than just making money. So my purpose with the TP group is to have people give them more time. As a business owner, that's one less thing you have to worry about. You can just say, Trey, content is in the folder, do your thing. A lot of times I don't even hear from my clients. Like, they come on, we get everything squared away, and then boom, I get doing what I do, and they just be like, oh my gosh, I got all this time, and they thank me for it. Some clients don't always work out. Like I told Ed, I lost one yesterday. Yeah, I lost one yesterday abruptly. But it comes with the territory. But for the most part, I have one coming on, and then I have another situation. I have a premium client now that I got on Tuesday. So I'm waiting.
Premium, that means it might cost a little bit.
Definitely cost.
Yeah.
Cost way more.
Okay.
It's once the funding gets approved, it's a 2-year situation. So
locked in with a contract.
Yeah. So
guaranteed.
But find the problem, solve it, find the need, fulfill it. Karaoke fulfill the need. Nobody was doing karaoke for black people.
But check it out. But it fulfilled you too, right?
Oh yeah,
because a lot of people are doing stuff and it might fulfill a need, but they're not fulfilled at the same time. You found a way to do both. I figured out I wouldn't do anything that doesn't make me happy. Music, DJing. I will always love music. No matter what today's music sounds like, if it's a vibe, if it bops or whatever, we rocking with it. Good music is good music.
Exactly.
Period. If it's bad, it's bad, but good music is good music.
I'm all about fun vibes, and so Yo Karaoke's mission is bringing people together. At the time where racial tension was high, I have a picture. It's a black dude dancing with an older white woman, and they just look so happy.
That's dope.
And so that's bringing people together, It
transcends color and all of that stuff.
Exactly. And people love karaoke, but nobody was catering to us. Nobody was doing hip hop karaoke. It was like,
and if we did it was more so something we did at the crib.
Yeah, and then you gotta go to a country spot or whatever. They doing country music. Nobody was singing Drake. So
Tennessee whiskey, which is beautiful. But
that's a karaoke favorite. So, so nobody was doing that in this area. So once I got to Durham, shout out to all the karaoke DJs in Durham. Shout out to my guy DJ R&B, man.
Okay.
They, so it's like now I'm in a pool of other people. So now I had to figure out, okay, how can I stand out from them? So I started going to places where nobody's doing karaoke at. I had a residency at a hotel in downtown Durham. So
that's big.
That's big. That was a temporary thing. Sometimes things aren't long term. Sometimes they're temporary. You learn as a lesson and move forward, but always think outside the box and see what's needed that you love doing. I'm always on social media promoting a brand, promoting what I do, and so
you also have a separate page too.
Celebrating the Culture.
Yeah. Shout that out, man.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad from that once everything took off, but
I get it. I'm
gonna rebrand it. I got some merchandise coming with that.
Okay.
Celebrating the Culture. I just wanted to celebrate us in Virginia and North Carolina, so I definitely highlighted you.
Yeah, you did. I was one of the first ones. I was like, that's dope. Thank you.
Highlighted your sister, Rotunda, and people in the North Carolina side. So just something positive, sharing black love, sharing black men being fathers. We have this stigma that we ain't shit, and that we're trash. I wanted to show a different side. I don't want. We see negativity all the time. The time. I wanted to just celebrate us. That's why I call it celebrating the culture.
And that's beautiful. And that's one thing I want to do with my platform is celebrate us. Not saying I won't ever have somebody outside of our culture, but as you just said, so many times the picture gets painted as if fathers ain't worth shit. It's all black men. It's a thing going around now where guys are so critical that if you are nice to or good to a woman, they think you're a simp.
We're going there with it. You went off on your last
episode. We can touch on that a little bit. We can touch on that. I take a detour.
That's cool.
Where does this come from, y'all? Talk
Ignorance.
Because I gave you my perspective. Talk to me.
I think it comes from ignorance. You know, and I think like we discussed on Facebook before, a lot of dudes are in the closet. Like you projecting your homosexuality.
Let's talk. Yeah, let's talk. Anybody that has that much hate towards a women, I ain't gonna just say a woman, because you might hate one, but women in general, it does make me start to question. And here's the thing: if you are gay, cool, be that, but don't be fooling us. Don't be out here as an undercover brother, acting like you one of us, but you really like booty hole, and you don't like women. Right. Go ahead, man, because I'm gonna start talking crazy.
Nah, hey, that's real. I always thought part of being a man was loving a woman.
It's absolutely a part of it.
And can we just cancel this fact that Russell Wilson is not a simp? Okay.
And see, that's where it sparked from. Keep going.
He's not a simp because, for one, Sierra's not leeching off him. Sierra already had her own thing. She got bread. She got her own thing going. So they came together. It's not like she constantly dated bad dudes and ended up with multiple kids. She was engaged to Future when she was pregnant. They were going to get married.
It was honorable. It wasn't like she was just moving around like a little slut.
Exactly. Keep going. So when they got together, it wasn't like, he's carrying her or anything. They came together and they formed a team. They're a partnership. So I don't fault him. He loves his wife. Why are you mad?
He loves her child.
Yeah, women always say we're a package deal. Well, he took her in as a package. What's the problem?
This man spent, if I'm not mistaken, $15 million to buy her master's back. Look, if you broke, just say you broke. Because who's mad? And I said it last time, but why are you so concerned about what another man does for his woman?
Right.
Why are you even opening your mouth on that to have any type of opinion? It's suspect. It makes you suspect. Yeah. Even if you felt the way, why are you speaking on that man?
Right. Just because she had a child before him, it happens. He's being a stepdad. Okay, so what?
It says a lot about you all for you to agree more with Future than with Russell Wilson. I'm on Russell Wilson's side. Now, okay, if you think as a person he's corny, this and that, okay, that's your prejudice. That's how you judge him. If you think Future got more swag, he may, if you're judging according to certain things. But if you're judging manhood, Russell is the man.
Future got multiple baby mamas, multiple kids, child support. He gotta work to pay that off. I'm sorry, I don't want that. I don't have kids. I don't want multiple kids with multiple baby mamas. That just wasn't my thing. I grew up in a 2-parent household. That's how I want to bring my kids up. And it's not a knock to anybody that's in that situation.
Right.
But that's just not something I don't want to deal with child support.
And as y'all saw my video a couple weeks ago, I've been dealing with it. I got one more child support order left. And that's really respectable. And if I had known some of what I know now, I don't regret anything that has happened. But I probably would have approached it a different way too, because but when you're not taught certain things,
right,
or told certain things, you just move according to whatever you feel.
Yeah, when you out here just being reckless and shooting up different women's clubs, it's like, come on, bro. Like,
some gonna stick.
You're delaying your own success because you got to deal with that. A lot of times people don't realize what they do kills their chances at building wealth. It's like I watched a video the other day, and they did this study how car payments it hinders a lot of people from being able to save money. So you go out and make this decision to go out and get a car payment that's $400 on top of insurance. So you're paying $500 to $600 every month on that. So it's just the same as you going and you shooting up multiple women's clubs and you got multiple kids, multiple child support payments you gotta pay. Bro, that kills you from being able to...
It slows you down financially.
Yeah, it kills you from being able to start that business, or you gotta do certain things in order to make these payments.
And if you're a decent father, you're spending some type of time. So yeah, times you might want to be out. No, I gotta go see my kids. So and it's not a bad thing, but like you say, it's gonna slow you down tremendously from this goal you say you had.
Yeah.
When you can wait.
And now you're struggling. your baby mama is bashing you because you're not helping out at all whatsoever. So you're in this position where it's just a lot on you. So yeah, just stop being reckless with your peen, fellas.
Yeah, stop. If you don't have any kids yet, and if you have some, because I have some, I'm 41, but I'm not trying to have no more. So even me, I still have to be responsible and can't just go around here just letting the clip go.
Yeah, same with me. Yeah. I gotta be mindful as well. Because I have my own insurance and everything. But now it's like if it throws a wrench in my plans, or I'm establishing something. Things take time, and it's like that happens. It's like, oh snap! Well, now I gotta go in panic mode or whatever. Yeah, I gotta regroup. So you just be mindful, man. And Russell is not a simp because he's loving his wife. That's what she's supposed to do.
Black love, we make that popular again. Make that normal. Yeah. Normalize that again.
Yeah. So I mean, look, if you wanna date around or whatever, hey, that's if you wanna do a Lori Harvey, hey, cool.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with just dating. You don't owe anybody any explanation for that.
Nah. If she has goals, hey, cool. That's your thing. I'm not gonna judge. I don't have no problem with it because it don't affect anything that I got going on.
Right.
I'm not in Russell's pockets. I'm not in Future's pockets. Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, if they happy, cool.
Yeah. Why are you having an opinion on it? That's what I be. Okay, you have a thought about it, but y'all speak too deeply about what's going on with these people. Especially on the guys, like what he might want to do for this woman. Because the truth be told, if Lori Harvey came after you, you're going. So shut up. If Rihanna came after you, you're going. Beyonce, anybody. I know a few women up the street, if they come after you, you're going. So shut up.
They be arguing in the comments for hours, man. I'm like, yo, that's why y'all broke, man. Arguing on Instagram, writing books.
Right. You can do something productive. You could actually write a real book with all the stuff you've written, but you fussing on social media.
Man, if you ever catch me doing something like that, bro, just jump through my phone and slap the shit out of me.
I used to debate a lot, but now it's like, you got it.
Yeah.
Because the goal is so much bigger. I don't have time to even be slowed down by that.
Right.
Man, you got it. I got something to work on, man.
Now the new one is they don't like Kevin Samuels. They think he's anti-women or he don't like women or something.
I have mixed thoughts on that guy.
Right.
Because here's what I think. I think he initially started out. I think now that he's found out his brashness gets him more attention, he leans into that. Mm-hmm. And that now some of what he says, depending on what type of woman it applies to, I can get it. But if he's saying it as women as a whole, I can't go with everything he says.
Right.
And like I said, now I think that he's catching on and people are getting more. He's getting more attention for his brashness and his, directness and whatever. I think he kind of leans into that to keep it going.
Right.
So I'm kind of mixed on that guy.
I don't know. He's definitely entertaining.
Yeah.
I don't think he's anti-woman. I mean,
I don't think that.
He's being honest. They come on his show for honesty and he gives it to him.
I think he's honest about the person he may be talking to at that moment.
Right.
But as a whole, everything he says, I can't say it applies to women as a whole.
Right.
But the person he may be talking to at that moment, what he's saying might apply to them. So I can't really be mad at that.
Right.
There's a couple others out there. I ain't gonna even call the other guy name where he try to make it like everything a man do is wrong and take up for the women. Don't ever confuse what I'm saying with that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, because when women fuck up, I'm gonna speak on that too. So don't ever think I'm just, oh, niggas, you wrong. No, we be wrong sometimes, but y'all be wrong sometimes too. So don't put me in that category.
I know exactly who you.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna call his name.
King, the pandering king.
Yeah, see, I call the other guy's name because I kind of see some of what he's doing, but the other guy, he the simp.
Yeah. Now that's a real simp.
That's a simp right
there. That
is
a simp. Whenever, a woman is never wrong and you always painting the guy as the bad guy and that's simping.
That's simping right there.
That is class A, 100% simping.
That ain't what I'm speaking on over here. Nah. I'm calling that part out, but there's gonna be times where I'm gonna speak on women stuff too and be like, hey, y'all need to tighten up. I've already spoken on some of it. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, we could keep going and keep going.
Hey, I got time, bro.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because we've covered a lot. Okay, what's next for you? I'm gonna go to that. What's next?
What's next? Man, I'm shooting for a 5-figure. Is it 5? Yeah, 5-figure month. So I'm
they mean at least 10 racks.
10, yeah,
at
10,
least
10
at least
racks.
10 racks.
But see, the thing that I want to share is, rich people don't work for money. The 1% don't work for their money. They come up with ideas and make their money work for them, or they come up with an idea that solves it and then they automate it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of my with the TP group, my other business is very automated. Today I had a couple posts for some clients go up today, and y'all see I ain't touched my phone since we've been here.
So you kind of schedule everything.
I schedule everything to go up, and that's probably why my phone been beeping, buzzing all the time. But
that's dope then.
Yeah, so
he doing business right now and ain't even touching his phone.
I wanted to create something that I can run it from wherever. I've been reading about digital nomads and online businesses, ways to make money, and so that's also how when I came up with the TP group and managing social media accounts, I said, you know what, I can run this from everywhere on my phone. So that gives me time freedom. That gives me also freedom to just be wherever. I'm going to Vegas in a couple weeks. My work doesn't stop. So I can still do my work while I'm out there in Vegas.
That's dope.
And things of that nature. So 5-figure month. Not solely just from one business. I want multiple businesses to factor that in. I wanted to add it up. So I at least want to do $5,000 a month with TP Group, $5,000 a month with Djing and Yo Karaoke, or $2,000 a month with Yo Karaoke, 5 for TP Group, and then another 3 from a miscellaneous, ebooks, things of that nature. So yeah, 5-figure month. I want to have more premium clients.
And I was gonna say, you've secured one that just opened the door now.
Yeah, I got my foot in the door now, so it's
gonna only go up.
It's on. I'm just aligning. I'm hustling to align myself for that to manifest. So, and we usually hustle to get money. We trying to get money, things of that nature.
Let me when you understand the bigger picture, I'm hustling to build value right now.
Right.
You build the value and set your price later sometimes. You build the value, and when you bring it to the table, you can put a real price on it because you have a track record of building value along the way. That they really kind of got to go with it because they've seen what you've done.
Exactly. So when you have social proof, so now I'm hustling just to align so that everything, when it comes and it falls in place, I'm already prepared for it. I've, done the things I need to do. So it's always good to prepare and be ready so that when the bag comes, you don't fumble it. Because a lot of times we ask for things and then we don't do the work to prepare. So I'm preparing to be able to take on premium clients. So I have a mixture of small businesses and also bigger businesses as well. And so I want to hire some people as well. Okay. So I want to hire some college students. I want to pay them a great salary. I want to start them off at about $30,000-$35,000 a year.
Now that's a big goal because you say as far as that's where you at now, but you want to be able to put. You got to be 2 or 3 times above that to be able to even.
Yeah. So I want to be able to get them fresh out of college. Okay. I know when you graduate college, man, finding that first job is difficult. Okay. So I want to be able to grab some kids fresh out of college, and I want to show them how they can do this on their own too, and then they don't have to be up under me all the time. I'm getting ready to bring on some interns. I'm going to show them how to start their agency, and it's not going to be an unpaid internship. I'm going to show them how to make money. Okay. I'm going to show them how to get clients, start this, get the ball rolling so that they can start making some money so they won't be the broke college student their last couple of months before graduation. So I want to be able to teach the next generation about, because social media is not going anywhere. Digital marketing is going to always be around. Yeah. So yeah, and then Yo Karaoke, man, we just reopened in North Carolina. So okay, I'm
training over there soon.
Transitioning.
Roanoke Rapids or a different location? Where you down?
Oh
Durham?
man, all over, bro.
Okay,
all
okay,
over, man.
okay.
Yo Karaoke took me to Greensboro. It took me to Greenville.
You ever going for like franchise it out, or you ever thought about that?
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
that is a good idea. I might have
because it's a big thing, man.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say too much on camera. Might be none away, but
that's a good idea. I wanted to work with bigger brands, do corporate events, but also I wanted to do concert style. Like I was thinking about getting the elementary school auditorium.
Do it.
And yeah, I was just waiting on the restrictions.
Yeah, okay, do it.
Yeah, I was just waiting on that to happen. So I'm transitioning into doing my own events so I can control my own schedule. Being in Applebee's, grateful for it, but that's not a forever thing.
Right.
You know, because at some point, you know, you're gonna always want to elevate to the next level. So,
and at the end of the day, that is a restaurant. There's so much you can do in it, like you might want to do.
And so it limits the amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as opposed to if I do my own events, there's no limit, there's no cap. The only limit I have
and you can come up with different, like you say, you can sell merch. You can do different things within that one venue to generate more than just that one income.
I don't have to just take ticket sales. Like you said, I can have a table set up. I can have vendors out there, other people making money.
Charge them, yeah.
So I'm looking at the bigger picture, man. So like, Snowfall really inspired me. Seeing how Franklin Saint started out as, you know, he was just a neighborhood weed dealer. He was always looking forward. You watch Snowfall?
No, but I heard it was based a lot on the real Rick, Freeway Rick. Yeah. So I know his story, so I kind of know what it's based on.
And how the government, you know, funneled,
you
know, crack in our neighborhood into funding.
Matter of fact, Freeway Rick, you say that's his story.
Yeah.
You say that's my story, but they use somebody else to.
It's and then, you know, the government was using drug money to fund the Contras.
And Iran Contra. Yeah.
So shout out to Daz, man. D85, he put me onto that joint. I watched 3 seasons in a week, so just
I need to catch up on it.
Yeah,
but it's crazy, right? I remember growing up. I remember actually watching the Oliver North, the trials and stuff growing up. Not realizing until I got older. Oh snap! Thinking back, like these trials was a part of the crack era.
Yeah,
that was like simultaneous.
Yeah,
you know.
So but just seeing how, you know, you watch these shows, these characters, they're never content. They always thinking forward. They thinking bigger. Played in full. You know, Ace Boogie. He was like, you know, he was thinking, you know, selling his product differently. You know, he always thought outside the box.
As far as that go, he was smart with it.
Yeah, he was being smart with it. So yeah, with Yo Karaoke, man, I just want to just take it out, go to city, and do concert style. I also have another brand called Sang and Play Karaoke Night and Game Night. That's and that's more intimate as well. So that's something else I'm gonna be rolling out. I rolled it out last year. It went pretty well. And that's once again started with zero money. See, I'm sitting here thinking ideas to help you, and I gotta say something. I ain't gonna say it on the camera though. So yeah, Sang and Play is definitely gonna be some. I'm gonna be rolling that back out as well on a consistent basis. So yeah, karaoke game night, perfect for couples, single people. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay. You got Connect Four, you got Uno. What else? I think I had Jenga. I broke out Twister at the first one, man. They were crazy. Oh man, broke out Twister, bro. So I just want to bring different vibes, man.
That's dope.
So yeah,
that's dope. So when is the next one? Because I want to check you out, man.
Oh man, I'm shooting for April, probably with Sang and Play. I'll probably do it in Rocky Mount.
I'll come down. I want to be in the building because it's one thing to talk to you, but I want to actually be in the building and experience it for myself. Yeah. So when I speak about it, I'm not just speaking, you know, from what I see on Facebook. Like, no, I want to be in there and catch the vibe myself.
Yeah. I had the first one I had a couple from Emporia drive down to Rocky Mount, and they had a good time, man. So it is one of those.
We're gonna start supporting it more too, y'all. Stop saying we ain't got nothing to do. Once he start back posting it, Rocky Mount ain't far. Right. One of y'all can ride with me. And I ain't gonna take a carload of people. One of y'all can ride with me.
It's not gonna be too late. And that's one of the things with karaoke. Like, you know, I do it usually from 7 to 10 or 8 to 11. You Sang and Play will probably be from 8 to 11 or 8 to midnight or something like that.
There's still enough time for you to drive back up here. Yeah. Or if you don't stay the whole time, you still drive back up and have enough time to get some sleep for work.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it to VA. It's definitely gonna, you know. That's why I say I want to get into doing my own events. Cause I can control where I wanted to go, when I want to do it. So, and then that doesn't affect my travel schedule, bro.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
About to get back to catching flights again.
I like that. Yeah, I got at least one trip, I'm gonna take this year. Possibly two.
You should, man. Traveling is therapeutic, very therapeutic.
And I realize like I'm hustling hard because it's some places I have to go, and I'm going this year. Mm-hmm. One of them is already paid for. Mm-hmm. Well, actually two of them. Just a matter of having somebody to go.
Mm. Okay.
But yeah, and anybody, even as far as see the world, but at least see the United States first.
Yeah, the world is bigger than your current zip code.
Thankfully, with my profession, I've been able to go all over. Mm-hmm. It would change your mindset, y'all. When you get out here and see different types of people, and just seeing that in some cities houses look different. Yep. The Walmart might look a little different. You know, the landscape is different. There's places in Arizona and different things going through the mountains. It's just absolutely breathtaking. Mm-hmm. It will change your mindset. Get out of the little box you've been in and get your head out of the TV because it's programming you. Get out and see this world. Yeah, I know it's COVID and Corona and stuff, but you've been going where you want to go. Stop acting like you haven't.
You've been outside with it.
You've been outside with it. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Now, look, I'm gonna get you back, so we ain't gotta try to talk about everything today. Sometimes cool. We're gonna come in and might lock in on one particular area of business or whatever. Yeah. But I definitely want to get you back. But I definitely appreciate you being the first on this particular segment that I'm doing.
I appreciate you making me the first.
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's certain people when I decided to do my podcast, I said I gotta get them. Right. Yeah, you were one of them. So right. Thank you for coming through.
Anytime, man.
Shout out your social medias and stuff and wherever they can find you and connect with you.
Oh man. Let's see. I'll give out the DJ one first. Of course, Dj3two1. Spell out the 2. At Yo Karaoke. Just all, YO karaoke, and celebrating the culture. Spelled, there's no phonetic spelling or anything.
Right. Straight out
spelled out like that. If you need somebody on my small business owners, I see it's a lot of small businesses at this location that we at. So E-Town, I'm definitely gonna be in here pitching. Okay. But if you have a business and you need somebody to keep your social media updated. Let me know. Shout out my guy Djing3two1-Episode. I just started running the Eagle Vision photography. Okay. Social media. So yeah, he's locked in, man. And yeah, if you need somebody,
I might have somebody in mind for that needs some help.
Yeah, just let me know, and we can. It's easy to get going. So if you want to do that, just shoot me a DM on social media, and then we can get the ball rolling. Very easy to get started.
All right. Hey, look, sounds good, man. Thank you again for coming through.
Yeah, anytime, brother. Thank you.
Before we get out here, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and follow me on my platforms, King Crawley on YouTube, King Crawley on Instagram. Also follow my character, Pastor Percy. Everything ain't gonna be serious. If you're on my page, I got Pastor Percy's up there too. This is his page too. So you're gonna get some serious content, but then you're gonna get the crazy content too. Let me see. TikTok, King Crawley 1. I'm trying to get more into the TikTok thing with Pastor Percy, but as he's saying, he manages social media and stuff because I don't have time all the time. So you might get my service at some point too. Cause
let me know, bro.
It's hard actually doing the work and then trying to post it. I'm doing the work. I don't have time to post it all the time.
Yeah, man. Video editing, managing your website. Like, it's crazy. I was sitting on these talents for a long time, bro, and I didn't even realize it. Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope.
So you got videos you edit. I can chop it up, edit, throw the caption up there.
I might be using you sometime, man, because I'm teaching myself how to do a lot of this stuff. Everything that you might have been seeing lately, I'm just teaching myself how to do it. Mm-hmm. Because for one, I was waiting on other people, and then thinking, well, I don't know who does this. I don't know who does this. Right. Yeah, you're smart. Learn it. Teach yourself and do it. Yeah. Go to YouTube University, Google, and just start working on it. It might not be easy at first, but do it. Yeah. So every week you see something, I'm trying to get a little bit better at it. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, once again, thank you. I'm gonna dap you up one more time. Thank you.
Yeah, we black, man. We gotta do at least 3 more times.
That's what we. yes, sir. Thank you. This is the first Wealth Wednesdays. Thank y'all for tuning in. Stay tuned for more. Peace.